Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are currently in the middle of a little series here on this channel, and it's basically fall knits for the family. And by the family, I mean my family. So I started with fall knits for little boys, which was for my son Charlie, and then I did little girls, which are the knits that I have in mind for my daughter. Today I'm going to be doing fall knits for her, which are the ones that I have in mind for myself, and then the next video and the last in the series is going to be fall knits for him, which is definitely for my husband Joe. Those are the ones that I have in mind to make him. So just so you don't think that I'm trying to make any blanket statements, it was just hard to come up with a title. So anyway, let's hop into the knits that I want to make myself. So the first pattern that I wanted to share with you is one that I have already made and I really love it. I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it this fall, and it is the Weekender Light by Andrea Mowry. There is an original Weekender as well that's out of a worsted weight yarn, but the light version is my favorite. It is made out of a fingering weight yarn, and they're very simple patterns. You work it in stockinette stitch, but then you reverse it. So the reverse stockinette is on the outside. It has those gorgeous faux seams in the center, in the front and back, and then the sleeves are just plain old stockinette stitch, and you can do a tubular cast off on all of the edges. I think that the bottom hem you do a tubular cast on as well. Love it. It's so pretty. I can't say enough good things about this sweater. And Andrea Mowry just in general has a lot of really great designs. I'm hoping to do a top 10 designs by her as well. So far I've done Petite Knit, I've done Knitting for Olive and Alex Capshaw Taylor, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do a playlist. So once I get that done, I will link it below so you can check out all of my favorite knits by certain designers. But anyway, yes, Andrea Mowry is definitely one of my favorites. Really love her designs, and the Weekender Light is definitely at the top right now. So that's the Weekender Light. This next pattern is by a designer that I was actually recommended when I asked for crochet designer recommendations, but she does do both, and it is the Uptown Cardigan by Stephanie Jessica Lau, or All About Ami, and she does have a blog where she offers almost all of these patterns for free, if not all of them. I haven't actually looked into that. She also has an Etsy store where you can pay for the patterns individually, and it's just amazing. She has some really amazing patterns. I'm following her on Instagram and absolutely loving it. So if you're not doing that, I recommend it. She's got some really cool stuff. So anyway, this pattern reminds me a little bit of the Balloon Jacket by Petite Knit, but the Balloon Jacket is made out of a bulky weight yarn, and this Uptown Cardigan is out of a DK or sport weight yarn. It has a little bit more of a V-neck than the Balloon Cardigan, which if I can remember correctly, it's been a little while since I've worn mine, has more of a crew neck. And then the other thing that really sets this apart is those pockets. So the pockets are really cool. It looks like they're just patchwork pockets, I think. They just look really nice and just give it kind of a sophisticated sort of trendy feel, which I really like. And who can say no to a cardigan? I have so many in my closet, but if I were offered another cardigan, I would definitely take it. So yeah, love this. I am itching to make this. I don't know if this will be a this year project, but it's really pretty and I really like it. And it is something that I could see myself wearing in the spring as well. So if it doesn't get done in fall, winter, maybe springtime would be a good time for it. So either way, really, really pretty pattern, and I'm excited to try this at some point. The next couple patterns that I wanted to share with you are both by Quail Studio, which is a designer that I have talked about on this channel before, but I haven't actually knit anything by them yet, and I am going to do that this year. I have the yarn, I am ready to go. It's not going to be this next one that I'm going to talk about, but we'll get there. So anyway, the first pattern by Quail Studio that I wanted to share with you is simply called Sweater, and I feel like it could have had a little bit more descriptive name, but it's really pretty. It reminds me a lot of the Free People Swim Too Deep turtleneck, and I can link that below if you want to check it out. I've seen a lot of influencers wearing it recently, so I think that this kind of style is kind of coming back, which is really fun. This looks super cozy. I really like the look of it, and yeah, it has a really cozy big turtleneck. It looks like it's done with either a brioche or a half brioche. That is not a technique that I'm super familiar with. I've done a little bit here and there, but it's not something that I've had a lot of experience with, so it might not be that stitch, but it looks really cool. I really like that. And the other thing that I want to talk about, so it's got a drop shoulder, which I think is really nice. And I think that you could lengthen this to where it would be worn as a sweater dress as well, which I think is really fun, especially for these fall months. I love sweater dresses in the fall, so might happen at some point. It probably won't for me this year. I do have the Free People sweater that I talked to you about, but it would be a really fun hand knit option for kind of a dupe of that. So anyway, there's the sweater by Quail Studio, and then the one that I'm really excited to do by them, and I have the yarn. I'm ready to go. I'll talk about the yarn that I picked up in an upcoming video. I think I'm gonna have a yarn haul right after this series kind of wraps up, so you can see it in all of its glory. But I'm going to do this off-the-shoulder sweater from Quail Studio. I think this will be really fun. I'm not sure how long this is either. It looks like it might be a little bit cropped, but I'll just add a little bit of length if that's the case. But off-the-shoulder sweaters are just really comfy for me. I really like them, and I have noticed that I might wear them a little bit too much, because I've seen my daughter Evelyn, she's 4, she will go around, and if she has like a crew neck t-shirt on, she'll try to pull it down off of her shoulder, which is really sweet and cute, and I can tell that she's, you know, looking up to me, but it's also like, you're 4, you can wait on that. And I don't know, that's a crew neck sweater. Please don't pull at it. But anyway, I'm very flattered that she likes that look, but I'm not quite ready to see it on her. So anyway, this is the off-the-shoulder sweater by Quail Studio. I'm really excited to make it, and I'm really excited to show you the yarn that it's going to be made out to, because it's really pretty. It's not going to be this gray colorway. It's kind of got more of a rusty brown sort of look, and yeah, I'm really excited. Anyway, let's talk about the last sweater. The last pattern that I wanted to share with you is one that I was introduced to through the Hey Sister podcast, which I don't think that they're doing anymore, but it was a really great podcast with 2 sisters, Tabby Gandy, who still does do pattern design. She does a lot of sock patterns, and I can link her page down below so you can check it out. Her designs are awesome. I've done several of them, including a hat pattern actually. So she's got a little bit of variety there as well. But I think that her sister Rachel was the one that made this. This is the Evening in the Village turtleneck by Alexandra Tavel, or 2 of Wands. And I think that this is so pretty. So it's got a kind of ribbed turtleneck, which is really fun for the fall. It seems to be a staple in a lot of closets. It's not usually something that I tend to go for, but this one is done so well. I really like it. And then the body of the sweater is a really cool kind of thermal texture, but it's a little oversized. I've seen a lot of thermal with very small little boxes, but this one's a little bit bigger. It is out of an Aran weight yarn, which might be why it looks a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. But then it does also have a split hem, which is really nice. I love that with leggings. I think this would be a really fun one to do as well, and probably a pretty quick project because it is out of that Aran weight yarn. So love this. I think it'd be a really fun one to do, especially, can you imagine wearing something like this and going to corn mazes or pumpkin patches? I think it'd be really, really pretty. And I think, yeah, if I have time, this might be another one that I'll work on. I think it's, yeah, I'm gonna do the off-the-shoulder one first, and then it might be this one. I might change my mind, but that's where I'm going so far. Anyway, I think that that is going to do it for my fall knits for her video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you're having an amazing day, and if you are interested in seeing my picks for fall knits for him, then certainly stick around to make sure to hit the subscribe button, and that video will be coming out next. Until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye!